Fishermen here have a unique connection to the sea, a sense of the past and a commitment to the future. But it's perhaps the island's indigenous people, Maori, who hold the strongest connections.
We want to be here for a long time. So I've got my kids coming through. I want them to be able to say in 30 years' time, Dad did the right thing. And then I'm leaving something for them, for the future, and their kids for the future.
Although Maori had been fishing these waters for 1,000 years, the quota management system initially didn't include them. So they turned to the 1840 Treaty of Waitangi and took legal action. In 1989, Maori were granted 10% of the total allowable commercial catch. In 1992, Maori were further provided 20% of new species brought into the QMS.
Through the settlement of treaty rights and through some very good business decisions, they're probably now in a position of more than 30% of the industry they either own or have control over, so they're major players.
I can tell you that we own about 35 to 40% of the commercial fisheries, even though our population, is maybe 12, 13, 14% of the national population.
So for me, for instance, I'm a registered member of the Ngāti tribe. As I've aged, of moving towards my roots a lot more. It's becoming more and more a key part of my life, how the impact that I make on not only the fishing stocks, but on other people as well. The people are starting to look at me and saying, "Oh, Roger, you've been successful. Oh, you're a Maori fisherman." When before that I didn't used to think much of it, but now I'm thinking a lot more of it. But I still like to think of myself as a fisherman foremost.
Today, Maori maintain their language, traditions, and the marae, an important meeting ground for each tribal community. And much of their culture has been integrated into general Kiwi culture. Amazingly, the Treaty of Waitangi is still being used today as a guideline to help settle disputes. It's unusual in Western civilization that a 19th century treaty with indigenous people is still relevant today.